Welcome back to WD Magic Cast for a week of October 22nd, 2023. This is episode 238. WD Magic Cast, the show about the mouse, the marvels, the galaxy, and beyond. I'm your host, Matthew Gracon. In this week's show, Dave Gallman and I sit down and talk about Once Upon a Studio, the Disney company's 100th celebration short that was released on ABC and Disney Plus, all over the place. Spectacular video. If you haven't watched it yet, pause this episode, go watch that, or better yet, we're going to be doing a watch along. So you can watch along with us for the first time, for the 100th time, because this is definitely something that you will be watching over and over and over again. And now, on with the show. So Once Upon a Studio was a concept idea by some of the animators that they wanted to put together this short in celebrating the 100th anniversary of the Walt Disney Company, which was coming up. And the ingenious idea of including pretty much, let's say about 98% of the characters that Disney, animated characters that Disney has had throughout the century, to me is fantastic. And speaking of someone who likes celebrating century-old things, Dave, how you doing?
I'm good, Matthew. How are you?
Good. I was going to say someone who's been around for most of the century, but
Yeah.
we'll be nice on this.
Yeah. I'm almost at the halfway part of a century. Not to age myself, but yeah.
Oh, don't be hard on yourself. You still have a couple more weeks.
Yeah, true. But who's counting?
Not me. Definitely not someone who's trying to plan a birthday party for you.
Yeah, my wife's been, what are we doing for your 50th? I'm like, I don't know.
You tell me.
Yeah, I was going to say, aren't you supposed to be planning that?
Hopefully waking up alive. I mean, I don't have many plans, but...
Exactly. So... But anyway, hey, this short. I'm so glad because to be honest, because I was caught up with my trip and everything like that. I didn't know this thing existed. But I'm so glad you brought this thing to my attention because for the 10, 15 minutes, what a real quick trip down memory lane with this episode is phenomenal.
I keep telling everybody, like, have you seen this? And no, I haven't heard of it. Stop what you're doing, watch it. Mm-hmm. Because you will love, and it's got so much rewatchability because there is so much happening on the screen at once. I mean, do yourself a favor, watch it on the biggest screen possible, just because it will help. I haven't watched it on the biggest screen. I have watched it on some other ones, but you will just keep going back and going, oh wow, wait, oh wow, wait, oh wait, that was there. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, Disney Plus doesn't have the scrub version like some other video players do, where you can kind of slowly track it along and move the segments on the screen and kind of have it hold there.
Right,
so you can kind of pick out more details because this thing is loaded. Yeah. I believe they reported over 500 characters appear in this. So it is truly something special to watch.
Yeah, because you'll go like, oh, well, they forgot about this. No, they didn't. Oh, they forgot about that move. No, they didn't.
And there's even stuff that's beyond movies that show up in this. That's either park related or something else.
Right, and I don't know. We'll probably get into it later. But even one of their Christmas specials, there was a couple of guests on there too.
Yeah.
So.
So I have my video queued up at 0 minutes 0 seconds. Audience, feel free to watch along. We will do a watch along, and then we're going to dissect.
There you go.
This a little more. Thank you. I do speak for a living. All right. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right. So I'll give a countdown, 3, 2, 1, and then I'll say go, and then we go from there. So 3, 2, 1, go. So you get the classic Mickey Mouse Steamboat Willie introduction. Walt Disney Signature Animated Studios. Outside of the Roy E. Disney Animation Building, where everything's housed in California. That is Renika Williams. She's an actress.
I didn't know who she was. Yeah.
I was trying to figure that out. So I did do some diving, and I was able to find that out. He is Bernie Madison. He's the Disney legend. He just passed away at the beginning part of this year. But he was hired in 1953. He was the longest employee at the Disney company. Get the little title screen, and nice and subtle title screen, nothing big or bold. Zooming in on Mickey's birthday short. So from that. Now that's not Brett Irwine from doing Mickey's voice.
Tinkerbell.
There's Tinkerbell. Minnie Mouse, Tiana. And everyone's just like popping out of the pictures now.
Pinocchio.
Judy and I forget his name.
Nick Wilde.
Nick Wilde, yep, there's Lewis. Flower Bambi Thumper. There's Orville and the Rescuers.
And there's
Bolt. Yep.
The cat and the hamster and the wheel and the ball.
Peter Pan. Now that line from Peter Pan is actually taken from the Peter Pan movie. So they took a lot of original audio and put it into this. But they did have some stuff added in. Here comes Sisu passing out. Hawkins from Jim Hawkins from Treasure Planet.
Maui.
Aladdin, Maui. Yep. Abu. Penelope Von Sweet. Dodger from Oliver and Company.
Okay. All right.
There's Elliot. Prep and Landing just one passed by. I like this line.
Yeah.
Now, if you look, it's the Snuzzly Duckling from Tangled as the coffee bar.
Yes.
Penguins from Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins, yep.
There's Pride Rock in the cell in the background.
Who is that?
Stromboli from Pinocchio.
Okay. See, like a lot of these, like I'm not a lot of them, but some of them, like, ooh. Elsa,
well, someone did call you out when we were having a phone call about this. Oh, there's Humphrey the Bear. Oh, I like this. Yeah. Oh, in the background, I just went by there really quickly was Robin Williams' character from The Art of Animation at Disney Hollywood Studios. And that is actually Robin Williams' voice. Happy Headless Horseman, Cheshire Cat, Gaston.
Winnie the Pooh people.
Winnie the Pooh, yep. Hey. What I forget. There's the Wind in the Willows.
101 Dalmatians.
Scrooge McDuck. Robin Hood, Little John. First time that they've talked since long time. Humphrey the Bear sleeping in the background.
The lady in the back, she was from Tangled?
Tangled, yes.
That's what I thought.
Mother Gothel.
Yes. Baymax.
Baymax.
Dude, I love me Baymax. I don't know. He came in there, I got like the chills on my arms.
Yeah.
I was like
There's Ursula. Strange World character. I like the juxtaposition here of switching these characters' situations out.
Now this is the coming up here.
There's Clarabelle, Rapunzel.
This right here is what got me. Like
me too.
Very well done.
And the musical cue is Tuppence a Bag, Feed the Birds from Mary Poppins, which was reportedly Walt's favorite song and the last song that the Sherman Brothers played for him.
Yeah.
And the song that basically got them hired.
Mm-hmm.
I love this part.
He's
I
like,
always
on
get
with the show.
misty-eyed.
Yeah, it's
Raya.
Wreck-It Ralph. Scar.
Chippy. Again, another piece of actual audio for Mr. Toad. There's Ichabod. This is gotta be actual audio as well. Says this.
Mm-hmm.
And the fairies.
Now, do you know, did they use the original actors' voices and just regenerated it, or is this like fresh new audio
No.
that was
They
recorded for
they
this
took the audio from the movie reel.
from the actual movies? Okay.
Yeah. So it is the original voice personnel's doing a lot of them. Now, obviously, there's a point coming up where they couldn't do that.
Mm.
Or there's some parts that they don't, like Cinderella and Prince Charming. That's new audio.
Mm.
With that, see, that's obviously not, because you never said that. And then here's just another nice little piece. Jim Dale playing the. And show you got the Aristocats. There's Johnny Appleseed. This is new audio, but that is Peter O'Hara.
Beauty and the Beast, the Hercules.
Beauty and the Beast. There was John Henry before.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Gurgi from Black Cauldron.
Yep. Little Mermaid.
Baloo.
Jungle
Book. That's Jim Cummings voicing him there. The harp from Mickey and the Beanstalk.
Mm-hmm.
Fix It Felix. The brooms from Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Now, coming up, I wish they had the Zoom feature on.
Oh, same here. So I said, watching the biggest thing at the Cowardly Lion, Tigger and Pooh. This is original audio from Pinocchio.
Mm. And that right there will get you too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this whole part is just fantastic.
But yeah, man, I'd like to pause and then zoom in just to see like everything.
Yeah, because like Chip and Dale are there. You can't really see them, but they are in there too. All who have imagined with us, laughed with us, and dreamed with us. Thank you. That's so touching, so nice. And then you got this nice little bit here where you get like the credits, but you have the characters thrown in there. Found Bruno. There's the mice with Bianca, mice from Zootopia. Sword in the Stone. There's Chip and Dale and Buzz. I always call him Buzz. It's not Buzz. Huey, Dewey, Louie.
Mm-hmm.
Radigan and Lucifer.
Lilo and Stitch.
Yep.
And a little dedication for Bernie.
And then that's that.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, it's short, it's quick. You kind of just, it's not something you would expect. Oh, it's just another short, but it's not. There is just so much to draw you in on that. Even though it's not like a crazy plot line or anything, it's the characters get together to take a picture.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'd love to see how it's pitched. Like, okay, we're just gonna have the characters, and they want to take a picture together, like a family picture.
Mm-hmm.
But we're doing just about everybody.
Right.
So Dear to My Heart and Song of the South were the only ones omitted, from my understanding. But you have a list of over 500 characters. I mean, Obviously, you have the main ones: Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, Pluto, Daisy, Chip and Dale. So you get the main ones in there,
Was
but then
Lady and
you
was Lady and the Tramp in there? I don't remember seeing them.
yes. At what point I don't remember off the top of my head, but yes, they are. Um, Let me scrub back here, see if I can find them quickly. But yeah, they're in there.
Because that's because I was going down the filmology of all the things, and I'm like, I don't remember seeing them.
They're in there.
So this thing was just dedicated to what? Just because I'm noticing the Pixar group are not involved in it, so they
No,
just wanted to
this
strictly
is
go with.
strictly the Disney animated group.
Mhm.
So you did that Disney personally created themselves.
Gotcha.
So yeah, because you even have what is the Aladar, is it from Dinosaur,
Hmm.
the giant iguanodon, Tantor, um, Tarzan, Jane. That's right. Yeah. You even have the flowers and trees on there from the Flower and Tree short, which was their first colorized animated short from Silly Symphonies. I forget the plane's name. I can't make out who's on his. Oh, Gurgi's on the wing. I can't see who else. So I'm kind of looking at that shot.
Oh yeah,
Now,
but
the
they.
interesting
Yeah.
thing what I heard about this was that there is a print out there of this that was given to cast members with their 100th anniversary name badges.
Oh wow.
Um, so there is a print out there, and will they ever release it
The
to the
public.
public? Don't know, but there is such a thing that exists.
I wouldn't see why they wouldn't release that because that would make them some money because I
Oh
can
yeah.
imagine a lot of people buying it. I'd be interested myself.
So in the family portrait, that's what I'm going to call this thing. The family portrait of that's everybody in front of the door there.
Mm.
Lady and the Tramp. Oh, we forgot to mention Oswald the Lucky Rabbit when he walked across the screen.
Mm.
Um, Lady and the Tramp and Jock are all sitting together next to the two of the three Caballeros. Max, you got Louis Von Drake, the Three Little Pigs. They're all right behind Oswald.
Mm.
Scrooge McDuck is right there. Mad Hatter, Flounder. It's really testing my eyesight. So they are, if you're looking at the screen, they're a little right of center.
Okay.
So if you can quickly, if you find Goofy, Goofy's dead center. Next easiest visible one from Goofy would be Sven. And then you have Anna and Elsa, Olaf. Right immediately there is the Three Little Pigs, and then there's Lady and the Tramp, Scrooge, Louis Von Drake, Mad Hatter, Tweedledee, Tweedledum, uh, the White Rabbit, Cheshire Cat, Baymax is back there, John Henry, Little John, Queen of Hearts, Eric, Ariel, Max, Lilo, Stitch. Who's that? Oh yeah, the Great Mouse Detective. So Basil. Um, oh wait, is that or is that? No, that's Rat and Mole. It's Rat and Mole because the other fun thing that they did with this segment here, which is great and makes it annoying at the same time, is that they are in scale.
Oh, I see what you're. Yeah, yeah,
So if you have a larger character like Sisu, who is a large dragon, she is larger on the screen. And same thing with Aladar from the dinosaur and Elliot. They are larger characters. They are big. But Chip and Dale, who are extremely small because they are chipmunks,
Because you're tiny.
are standing right in dead center with Goofy, right in front. And this is the first time I'm seeing them. And right behind them is Bernard and Bianca from the Rescuers, who are actually slightly smaller because mice are smaller than chipmunks.
Kind of like Where's Waldo? Where's Chippendale?
Yeah. So, geez. Yeah, so you get quite the list here. So that's in the portrait, that's where they are. But do they show up at some other point?
Yeah, I don't remember because I would have made note that I saw them. That's why when I was going down the list, I don't remember seeing anybody from that represented. Thank you, but another big word. But I'm sure they were in that group, that big group thing. But
Oh yeah, everyone's in that. So, but other than that, I know they those two gotta pop up at some point.
yeah. But for me, like this, just being close to 50 and growing up with a lot of this stuff, like I don't know if the younger generation, I don't know if this would hit as well as it does with like somebody my age. It was, again, it was just touching and fantastically well done.
Oh wow, okay. I'm trying to inch this along. So even at the staircase scene, I'm just trying to scrub it ever so slightly. So there's this short. I apologize. I do not know the name of it. That they did with two hats that were alive. Mm-hmm. And even those hats are in it. And it looks like, I can't tell for absolute certain if I start this up. Oh, because they don't actually show you. Oh, wait, it's the other way around. Those hats make an appearance, and it's Tarzan and Jane wearing them. You can only see the tops of their heads, but I'm almost certain it's Tarzan and Jane wearing the hats that are actual other characters. Yeah, wow. I mean, the amount of detail thrown into this, of placing characters, even if it's just quick, and the elevator scene. See, I don't think that's Walt. I think that's Iwerks in the one picture, and a bunch of the other animators over the years. That's not by accident that they're showing that. That they have these characters, that they have the animators on the wall in the backgrounds there that are showing up to pay tribute to animators from the past.
Well, a lot of this was hand drawn, correct? A lot of these characters for this film, for this short.
So they stuck to the media that was used for them. Mm-hmm. So if it is if the character originally appeared as a hand-drawn character, they are a hand-drawn character. If they are a CGI character, they are a CGI character. It's the first time that you've combined the three mediums that way. So CGI, hand-drawn, and live action, because this is an actual walk around this, what's in the studio. So, oh, okay. So behind the Mad Hatter, there's Snow White's cottage, or sorry, Seven Dwarfs' cottage. Where the Mad Hatter is at the Snuzzly Dumpling. So there is so much that can be dissected from this, and like you'd have to have a way to slow it down to be able to take this all in. And I'm still trying to find that information for you. Where does Lady the Tramp show up, other than the portrait?
I'm thinking that's all it is.
It could very well be, because there's just so much other stuff going on. And the thing that it takes under 10 minutes, and you're able to throw all these people in, all these characters.
And that's the thing, is like it hits you so fast, like you'll find yourself going, "Ooh, was that rewind?"
Ooh, well, and that's what I said. Rewind. The rewatchability factor of this is exceptional.
Yeah.
Which is why I just haven't been able to stop watching it. Oh, there's Thomas O'Malley and Prince John. This is when the boys are grooming themselves in front of the mirror. Yeah. And a lot of just interesting references. And the characters that you would not expect to see together are walking, hand in hand. Well, almost right next to each other.
Mm-hmm. And what's cool is they were even Wish, which is the newest movie that's coming out, is represented in this. So they, so from, I guess, what was the first one? Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. So Snow
White and the Seven Dwarfs. But even before that, Oswald. Oswald was there. I think technically Pete even. Pete is the oldest Disney character, because he appeared in the Alice shorts. And then you have Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, who obviously predates Mickey Mouse, and then only by like 2 years. But then you have Mickey, Minnie, and they went with that classic Mickey look of not the Paul Rudd shorts, but the 50s, 1950s style Mickey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Mr. Toad is riding carpet. I mean, just think. Oh, well, all right. There's Lady and the Tramp themselves aren't the ones related. It's Copper and Jock, who when they're walking past, and Copper is going, I don't remember if I mentioned my grandpappy Old Reliable before.
Right.
And that's where the fairies show up. So there's your Lady and the Tramp reference. I knew there had to been something.
Yeah. It's in there.
It's like that spaghetti sauce commercial. It's in there.
Ragu. So.
I think much like you, my favorite moment is that those just couple quick seconds of Mickey looking at Walt's portrait.
Yeah.
I just instantly start tearing up at that point.
Yeah.
That, and then when Jim Dale starts playing the strumming "When You Wish Upon a Star," and just those simple tones, and it brings everyone together. Just how simplistic those parts are, but how much weight they carry to something that I said really has no storyline to it. No major story, no major events are happening. It is simple as simple can be, and just shows you how sometimes simple can be so much more than something that's complicated.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or in depth and try to be life changing.
Yeah. Because all you need is that one little note, and then it starts going into the song, and then you're like, okay, and it just it fills you up with that that warmth of comfortability with you are with all these characters from all these years, and then it just it's perfect, and then that with the picture just them zooming in on Walt, and then you can't help but either well up, and then when he starts talking to him, it's just you're like, I'm a 49-year-old man. What am I doing here?
Yeah,
Stop.
But it's like you said, it's character. A lot of them are going to be familiar to you. It's going to be characters that you grew up with. Or you're going to say, wait a second, who is that character? I want to find out about that character.
Right. Exactly.
Or wait, that's a Disney character. I didn't realize that's a Disney character. Or I forgot about that character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have a little bit of a list here of some of the other characters. Obviously, we mentioned Baymax, Flower, Bowler Hat Guy. I don't know who that is. Donald Duck, Sisu, Nick Wilde, Trusty, Thumper, Anna, Ariel, Beast, Mr. Toad, Antonio, Pinocchio, Ursula, Moana, Baloo, Winnie the Pooh, Asha, that's the new princess from Wish. Mickey Mouse, which I guess is Chris Diamantopoulos.
God bless you.
Thank you. He's the one that does the new Mickey Mouse shorts.
Right.
He's that voice.
Okay.
Usually that higher, a dramatic.
Yeah.
Actually, not higher. He's actually a deeper voice, but he just more the classic Mickey Mouse, and he gets it there.
Mm-hmm.
Peter Pan, Jiminy Cricket, Little John, Goofy, Pluto, Flora, Prince Charming, Hans, Olaf, Judy Hopps, Jim Hawkins, Kristoff, Rafiki, Cinderella, which is Jennifer Hale in this one. Like I said, it's the newer voice. It's not the original one. Mm-hmm. Scuttle, Cheshire Cat, Ka, Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh is listed twice because you have Jim Cummins doing the singing part. Mm-hmm. But where he's saying, "Oh, I'm stuck," is actually going back to Sterling Holloway, who was the original voice of Winnie the Pooh, Ka, and Cheshire Cat. Tom Hulse for Quasimodo, Jeremy Irons, Billy Joel, Dwayne Johnson. I'm listing off the voice actors. I should be doing the character. Cheshire Cat, Quasimodo, Scar, Dodger, Maui, Cogsworth. As the only one that doesn't have David Augensteyer's not used at all for Cogsworth. Stromboli, Pocahontas, Timon, Flounder, Merriweather, Jacques, Gus, again, Bernie Madison as himself, Elsa, Eeyore, Merlin, Iago, Rapunzel, Donald Duck again, which you gotta get Clarence Nash also voicing him, so you get all that. But Bernard, Belle, Flash, Thumper, Wreck-It Ralph, Mowgli, Minnie Mouse, Tiana, Mulan, Stitch, Penelope, Peter Pan, Kuzco, Snow White, Grumpy, Raya, Mad Hatter, Rhino, Aladdin, Abu, Jonah. That's the name of the lizard, Jonah. Yeah. Gaston, Carl. Let's see here. Genie, Robin Hood, Hades, Lewis, and Scrooge McDuck. So yes, it's the Alan Young Scrooge McDuck, and Robin Williams doing the genie. That they, even though it's new dialogue, it was edited out dialogue. They went to his estate. They asked permission. Obviously, they got the permission to be able to use this dialogue that was edited out of the movies and throw it into here.
Hmm.
And the fact that they also had Chuck from the animated Chuck from the studio tour from Florida, from the animation tour, where it was him and Walter Cronkite talking to each other. And we're going to show you how animated movies are made, and we're going to turn you into a sympathetic little character. He flies by in the background of that scene where Olaf is drawing the genie.
Yeah.
And Timon and Pumbaa walk by right before Timon and Pumbaa. He goes flying by. So you have Robin Williams, two characters, animated characters that were done for Disney, one for a park, one for animation, both represented in this.
It's amazing. It's amazing how they incorporated all that stuff, man. And I'm sure if they left something out, they did their due diligence to put everything in because they didn't want to. Hey, you forgot this or you forgot that.
Even though they may not represent possibly every single character,
right?
Because I think some of the horses and stuff were left out,
right.
But every movie is absolutely represented. Movies, shorts. Just you name it is really in there. I mean, the Reluctant Dragon is in there. It is.
I mean, if you would need like a 2-hour movie if you wanted to put every single character that has ever existed in Disney.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's or even just to go through the list and a really good a really good magnifying glass.
Yeah.
Because it's absolutely incredible. But for why not? Out of 10, what would you give it?
I'd give it a 10, 100%. That's a no-brainer there. For me,
I almost had to spend a second thinking on it. Then I laughed at myself and realized I'm thinking about it way too much and just gave it a 10 as well because it is it's nostalgic and fantastic at the same time.
Yeah. I kind of mentioned it, but I didn't get it. How do you think the younger audience would relate to this as opposed to people our age?
Sorry, I was entranced in listing the characters.
No, it's fine.
I don't, you know what? I think they will like it for what it is. And again, they will recognize the subset of characters that they grew up with and realize there are other ones that they may know from watching stuff on Disney Plus or videos or DVDs. Mm-hmm. And I think it's something that will grow with them.
Right.
So as they grow older and if sticking around with Disney and they start learning more about some of these other characters, would appreciate it more. Mm-hmm. Like if I showed it to my boys, they think, okay, this is kind of cool.
Right. They might get excited recognizing the characters that they do know, but you know what I mean?
Right. But I mean, they may be an exception because they grew up in my house, so right. they've been exposed to a lot more characters than maybe some other kids have been. Mm-hmm. But if anything, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
It is fun. It is colorful. It is bright. It's got wonderful song, one of the best songs at the end. I mean, I don't think it would be as an emotional pull to them as it is to us.
Right.
And this isn't going to be every kid, but I can see this being maybe more of a majority of kids that bit with Mickey and Walt probably wouldn't hit them as hard as it's did for us.
Right.
Like, okay, this is a nice little moment. Oh, why is he looking at Walt that way and this and that? It will spur a conversation.
Right.
But they're going to interpret it the way that they interpret it, and I think they would still enjoy it because they're going to see a lot of the characters that they know. They know Moana, they know Anna and Elsa, Hans, Kristoff, Sven, Maui, all those characters, they know them, and in a few weeks they'll know the one from Wish that I still don't remember her name, Asia or something like that. So the Rapunzel, all these characters that they have grown up with or that they know are me friend forward, and then you have also all the other characters that Dalmatians, they're going to know the Dalmatians, the fairies from Sleeping Beauty. A lot of them will probably know that. And it starts, pulling back the layers and pulling back the layers. And if they don't know a character, hopefully it encourages them to go back and watch some of these works of art that the animators spent thousands and thousands of hours on creating, for us to have a 90-ish minute movie to really love and enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts?
I wonder where, well, I don't know if this is off topic of what you were just saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. I'm wondering for the future generations of the new animation movies that are coming out, are we going to go back to old school hand drawn characters, or do we keep doing the computer generated? That's where I'm at, because I don't know. I like the old school hand drawn characters and storylines and stuff. So that's just me. But I do still like the computer shit stuff too that they've done. So I don't know. I'm torn with that. But something about like a hand draw just brings you back to like classics.
Yeah. And that's a marketing and budget, and there's so many other levels to that, unfortunately. Because I mean, if you look at Wish, I mean it is computer generated, but it has a slightly more hand drawn look to some of its feel.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's obviously computer generated. Yeah, I don't. We don't get paid enough to understand this.
No, we don't. No, because I always thought like just grow as we got. There was Pixar. If you wanted like that, Pixar would be the new computer generated stuff. But the Disney movies you relied on. I might have said this before on one of the shows. Is that used to be like the hand drawn stuff. Pixar was the computer stuff. But now the computer stuff has blended into the Disney stuff. So, it's like, what's the difference between what Pixar does and what Disney does now?
Right. For a time, that was the plan.
Right.
For a time, that was the plan. But then you had Princess and the Frog came out, which now is revered as a classic and a wonderful movie, but it did financially underperform. And after that was the new reimagining of Winnie the Pooh, which severely underperformed. So that killed off the hand drawn at that point. They use that as their, pitching point. It's like, nope, you know what? We're going to get into the CGI stuff. And also at that point, them and Pixar weren't necessarily seeing eye to eye. Pixar was looking to go elsewhere. It's when Pixar was actually a separate entity of Disney. So they did their contractual movies. Toy Story 1, Toy Story 2, Bug's Life, Ratatouille, WALL-E. They did all those that they were contractually obligated to. Then it's like, okay, so we're gonna start marketing our stuff with other companies to get to diversify our product. And Disney said, okay, we're gonna make our own CGI movies, and that's when you got things like Chicken Little and Meet the Robinsons. And then eventually, we know what happened. The two companies merged. Disney took over Pixar. Pixar became it was another subsidiary, but Disney had already started going into the CGI stuff. Then came Bolt and these other movies. And they never went back to the animated because the hand-drawn stuff wasn't performing in the theaters as far as they were concerned. So we're going to stick with the CGI because that's what people want. And here we are today.
Yeah, because this is beyond my pay grade, but I'm wondering, is with the computer generated stuff, I guess that's easier to put it in the higher definition as well than if you're hand drawing stuff. I mean, you all probably got to throw it through a computer anyway, but I'm just saying it's probably easier to make things high def with the computer generated new process. I don't know.
It's a different process, yeah. Possibly. I mean, especially if you want to get people working from home, they can do that easier because they just log into their computer and they can work on stuff at home at their leisure versus having to need a desk with all their supplies. So, it's got its benefits.
Yeah.
Not saying it doesn't have its drawbacks, but it does have its benefits as well.
No, I agree. I mean, I'm not trying to say I don't like the computer generated stuff. I do. It looks beautiful on screen, on high def TVs and stuff. But there's just like a part of me that wouldn't mind a hand drawn one every now and then. I'll just go back to the classics and rewatch.
Me too. Me too. But it's that's not. Even the other studios aren't really doing much of that either. There's still some out there. There's still a few out there, but they're not the big movies that are the CGI ones.
Mm-hmm. This is true.
So, well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad I was able to open up your eyes to it and make you aware of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad we were able to have this discussion.
Yeah, no, thank you. And for anybody who hasn't watched it, watch it. And watch it again and again.
And here's happy 100th anniversary, Disney Company. I don't know where I'd be without you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So 100 years more.
Yes. And just under a month till Doctor Who comes out for its 60th. I had to throw that plug in there.
Yeah, I know. And I'm still way behind on it.
All good.
Life gets in the way.
Thank you again, Dave. Make sure you join us on our social networks, which I forgot to mention at the beginning of the show, so I'll mention them here. That's Facebook, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, Instagram, TikTok. We are all in YouTube. We are all at WD Magiccast. Any suggestions, questions, or leave us a voice message through the Spotify app or Spotify website. I want to thank you for your time. I know how little time we all have and how busy we all are, which is why sometimes we even get behind on episodes. But the fact that we get to spend some of this time together, that we get to spend time together means a lot to me, means a lot to us over here at the WD Magiccast family. Really, truly appreciate it. Please share on the social networks the links to these episodes. This way more people can discover them. Or go on to Apple Podcast and leave us a rating or review. We have all 5-star reviews at the moment. Keep them coming. We need more. The more we get, the more that they will promote our show as well. And again, Walt believed in a big Disney family, and so do I. Don't forget to subscribe to the show while you're at it. This way you always know when a new episode is posted. While you're at it, also consider becoming a premium subscriber. Really help the show out. You can do this over at the Spotify.com/WDMagiccast/support. Links to all these and the social networks are in the show notes. Make sure you check out our merchandise shop as well. Get yourself some cool WD Magiccast shirts, hoodies. It's going to be the winter time. Coffee mugs, which work great for hot chocolate as well. This will help the show out. Reviews don't come for free. Check out the links in the show notes, because remember, the show is brought to you by listeners like you. Remember, in Japan, broken objects are often repaired with gold. The flaw is seen as a unique piece of the object's history, which adds to its beauty. Consider this the next time you feel broken. Never give up, never give in. Be your own hero. And let your light shine for the world to see. And I'd like to end this week's episode with a quote from Walt Disney himself. We grew to our present size almost against ourselves. It was not deliberately planned. Commercial venture in the sense that I sat down and said that we are going to make ourselves a huge financial octopus. We evolved to be by necessity. We did not sit down and say to ourselves, how can we make a big pile of dough? It just happened. Again, that's Walt Disney. Thank you again for listening, everyone, and I'll see you next time.